I'm originally from Mississippi, which is why I'm not there right now. And my grandmother's got dementia, and growing up in Mississippi, she was just your sweet southern granny, you know. Never smoked, never drank, never cussed, never said a racial slur in anger. And now she's got dementia, and I'm getting all these sad updates from my mama and them. It's like, oh, it's so sad your granny doesn't want to go to church no more. She just wants to stay home and drink your grandfather's beer and watch TV. I'm like, oh, that's so sad. She just became my grandfather. Like, maybe this whole situation could just rectify itself if he just gets dementia, starts doing the laundry and figuring out where things go in the kitchen. My grandmother listens to country music really loudly on their home computer, which my grandfather hates, but he can't do anything about. So he can't bend down to unplug it or turn it off because he's got a bad back and bad knees. He doesn't know how to use electronics. And they've had the same computer since the mid-90s. My grandmother just started figuring out how to use it. That's what happens to people in my family. We get dementia, start understanding how technology works. My grandmother gets horny a lot now. Yeah, she gropes my grandfather all the time, which he loves, but can't do anything about. Can't do nothing for her, you know. He's got a bad back and bad knees. He doesn't know how to use electronics. I actually don't know much about my family's medical history. I had to do a project in the 5th grade where I carried around a notebook for 2 weeks, took it around to all my family members, had them write down their family medical history. I took it around to 30 plus family members. I got 2 replies. My grandfather wrote he can't eat chicken, and my Uncle Dale wrote his asshole was exit only. Which, even as a 5th grader, I remember thinking, if you're that stupid, you would write an idiotic statement like that on a child's medical project. They should stamp that down in your real medical file. You deserve to miss out on whatever ass-saving operations will come out in the future, you know? I'd love to see that sad scenario played out for my Uncle Daryl. Just the doctor talking about, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, but your boyfriend's not going to wake up from this coma. This is one of the worst cases of a guy hitting his head too hard on the dashboard during the opening ooh-wah of Disturbed's Down with the Sickness I've ever seen. There is a magic suppository we could give him, wake him right up, but I'd hate for him to come out of this coma mentally and physically unscathed just to find out something a little gay might have happened to him. Naturally, my family doesn't like me making those jokes about him, you know. Had that conversation plenty of times. My mom's like, why you want to talk all that nastiness on stage about your family just to impress a bunch of Yankees? Aren't you worried about disgracing your family and your heritage? Aren't you worried about saying those nasty jokes about God on stage? I gotta say no, you know. Sure, disgracing my upbringing and my heritage for cheap laughs from strangers to some might seem selfish or immoral even, but you gotta look at it from my point of view. I think it's funny. Yeah. And it feels good. And sometimes I get free drugs from those strangers after the show, you know. And as for making jokes about God on stage, I don't worry about that. What I worry about is being funny while I do it and not tripping off the stage during it and breaking my neck, ending up some talking point on Fox News, you know? Just Tucker Carlson, like, is God a comedy critic? One comedian might be rethinking his answer. I'd have to buy into the publicity to pay my medical bills. Have to release some New York Times bestseller entitled, "You won this round, God, but I still don't believe in you."